But this post right here, really kind of enraged me. There's no difference between pastors and pimps. People have the wrong misconception of pastors in church, and they always associate the wolves that's in the hen house as the church and what goes on.
Do pimps give back to the community or care about the community?
Not at all.
Okay.
And that's the biggest thing to me, that these people will go and they will make comments like that, but it seemed like the drug dealer was always looked made a hero better than the pastor was. People got this misconception. There are churches out here that throw community things all the time. They give kids backpacks and school supplies to go back to school. There's churches that do continuous outreach. There's people there's pastors that pray for their congregation, visit the sick, go to the hospitals, pray for their families, pray with the families. Pastors that be with them even after the funeral. Man, pastors have a heavy responsibility and people, and for somebody to go and make that type of comment about that, I find it very, very offensive to say that. What is your take, man?
I think pimps don't give back. Pimps don't try to bring you to God, and the reason to get brought to God is to find a better way to live your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What can a pimp tell you?
Right.
To live your life better.
String out your daughter. Just break families up.
A pimp is a user.
Yeah.
A user of the community. A user of a woman.
But this
I'm talking about they pouring absolutely nothing back into you.
This is what they're saying about. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm gonna say this first and foremost. I appreciate my pastor and what he does for me, and just to be able to just take me under his wing and just teach me things that I need to know to move me in position. Wait a minute, but it is some shady pastors in the world, like the one that the feds just locked up. Yeah, talking about Bishop Lamar Whitehead. Yeah, that clown right there. Yeah, they the ones that make.
But he don't represent all the other pastors.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And that's what people want to do. They'll take one pastor, and then they would associate him with everybody else. And how can you do that?
And do you think that pastors, the good pastors, don't sit back and say, "Wow, man, I don't believe that these cats like that are doing that." You know what I'm saying?
But you got to do it just like they do cops. The cops can beat somebody to death or shoot them, and they say, "Oh, cops are not like that." So they don't have that philosophy with policemen. Why are you going to have it with pastors?
See, personally, I can say this because, I grew up under a pastor, and my grandfather was like the typical, like, old pastors. And my grandfather, he cared about his family. He cared about strangers. He never knew a stranger. He cared about his friends, his church members. My grandfather got up in the middle of the night if a parishioner's furnace went out. My grandfather got me up with him along with my cousin Mike, and we used to go out while he fixed people's furnaces in the middle of the night while it was cold. He got out his own bed and did that. He allowed people to stay in the church. They didn't have a home. He did all of these type of things, and for somebody to come up and try to throw all pastors in this ram, in this little circle is real offensive to me. I know there's some. For me, and I hate to and I hate to kind of like, let's say, put past certain pastors' names in my mouth, but I don't agree with everything about T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar. Yeah, you got. I think some of them are the biggest pimps of the business. Creflo Dollar asked his parishioners to buy him a jet. I think that was a real. Man, come on, man. Asking his parishioners to buy him a jet. I think that's a real stupid move. Especially, it makes it harder for the pastors out here that are really trying to make a difference, really trying to do the work of God to effectively minister when they see one bad apple and they judge the whole.
That makes you a bad apple though, to ask your congregation for a jet.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Let me ask you a question, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. When people are standing in line at the bar, right? Do they ever ask, what are you doing with that money that you collect from everybody at the bar?
Nah.
Do anybody ever go to the liquor store and say, oh, what you doing with this money that you're making off the community?
Nothing.
Nobody ever asks, right?
No, ever.
So why do you care if somebody asks for a jet?
For your own personal gain, you shouldn't ask that from your congregation. Some members in your congregation are barely making it. Some of them are living check to check, and for you to say, "Oh, I need a jet," something that's gonna cost a couple of $1 million, and to ask your congregation, that puts a bad. Why should I care if you want a jet to fly place to place?
Where's the money going anyway? At the bar, standing in line, right? You stand in line in the line in cold weather to give your money to a club owner, right? What is he doing with the money? He buying a Benz or a new house?
But for you, come on, dude. You know,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's no questions ever asked.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You know, you would feel funny if you came to church. You barely making it. You barely got food on your table, but you coming to church to hear the word. You coming to church to be enlightened, and your pastor stand up before you, and you just put your last dollar in the plate or whatever you trying to do, just trying to be a good parishioner, a good servant. You put your last in the plate, and your pastor said, "Well, I need more. I need to buy me a jet. This and that." And you like, need to buy you a jet? My light's about to get cut off. My gas about to get turned off. My family not eating. My refrigerator empty. And you talking to me about a jet? And you already got one? But you want a new one? Man, come on now.
I guess a lot of pastors, they think, if somebody gonna get the money, I might as well get it.
But then that lets you know that you in the wrong place.
So, how can you choose the right place?
Preach the word of God. Preach the word of God. That if God intended for you to have that, you could get it on your own.
And he feel that God intends. Think he should have that jet. So he need that jet.
Man, please. You know, I'm not even about to go back and forth. But anybody else that want to comment on any of these topics right here, that number is 646-564-9728. Make sure you press that 1 if you want to be here. Man, you really done struck my soul with that right now, because you being sitting up there, pastor asking me for a jet. You know, a Jet's pizza. That's what you gonna get from me.
You can ask $50 from me. I'll be like, what?
Man, you crazy. But our